through this blizzard in New York. Fun stuff. A lot of people on the side of the road. They don't know how to drive. Mostly four-wheelers, but you'll see some trucks in ditches, with their food-grade trucks with grain all over the sides and on the ground, but they don't know how to drive. So I'm wearing these yellow glasses. I suggest you guys to get them because they work great in low visibility, dark environments. They work great. I can see everything. So that's why I'm wearing these if you guys aren't familiar with them. I just found out about these like during Christmas time. So I had to get one. And well, actually I got it as a present, but it's a long story. Let's actually get into the video. A lot of people think I'm here to put content on trucking. Wouldn't be further from the truth. Look at my archive. I have never meant for this to be a trucking channel. Never. Am I a truck driver who does YouTube? Sure. Is a lot of my subscribers truck drivers? Of course. All because of a few trucking videos. I have like 220 videos or something on my channel. Maybe 5, maybe 6 is trucking related. Maybe 7. This is not a trucking channel. If you expect trucking stuff, you're not going to get it from me. I will give you advice. I will do things like that. But this is a philosophy channel. Now, I want to talk about philosophy because a lot of people think that it's uniform, and it's not. If you go to every mind in philosophy, it's going to be different. Philosophy is subjective. Philosophy is using your brain subjectively and bring forth your reason and evidence and your logic, subjectively logic, to interpret life. That's why my channel is called The Mind of Opex. Right? I want to provide something that's unique to the world. There are things that interest me, but a lot of my content isn't interesting. But it's beneficial if you understand it at the level that I understand it. So that's why I'm trying to give forth information to better yourself. Right? I'm a very unique character. I do not fall in line with anybody. In fact, when I agree with somebody, I reconsider that. Because that's how unique I need to be. I need to think of things at different levels, different aspects, different types of logic. I want to apply all different types of reasoning to any given subject. And my subject on how it's interpreted 2 years ago might be different than today because of how I expand, how consciousness works, and how my subjectivity manifests and becomes unique. And I want others to understand it. When I go to a non-aggression principle and I identify all the ideas of non-aggression, how government's immoral, you shouldn't spank your kids, and I apply my reason and evidence, which is generally scientifically backed up and anecdotally proven, I try to reason the other side as well. That's what philosophy should be. There's a lot of philosophy out there that changes. Aristotle, when he was 10, had a different mind than when he died, right? Everyone's philosophy should change in your life. Now, if you were born a Christian and that's what you are today, well, you never grew, did you? You might think you grew in terms of having more faith, something like that, but did you really grow? No, because you have not surrendered to reason and evidence. You did not surrender to your subjective philosophy. You have not surrendered. Therefore, you are captive. And what philosophy does is free your mind. It frees you from the captivity, right? Now, I'm not perfect. I'm ever growing. I grow every fucking moment. Every moment I'm bettering myself. Every fucking moment I'm bettering myself. And I wouldn't feel right if I didn't. I would not feel right. I know these glasses make me look really fucking weird. And my Dragon Ball Z shirt, because I was training under Master Roshi. And if you saw the back of my shirt, it's training under King Kai. Anyways, a little off subject, but I look really weird now that I'm noticing myself in the camera. Now I'm really thinking about what people think of me at the truck stops. Anyways, I don't mind being different. I get subscribers, I get random people showing up to my channel, always saying something along the lines of, I'm a hippie, or I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind. Well, the reason why this is happening is the same thing that when Elvis Presley once said, many moons ago, when he said, people will call you crazy if you talk about things that they don't understand. Well, here's the thing. We are all unique. And when we are uniform in our beliefs, and we are one mind, and we are taught through our government education camps, and we're one-minded, and we're all supposed to believe this, and you can't question it, there's a problem there, because we're all going to be the same. And that's not reality. That's not freedom. You are put into a box and said, that's all you get. What philosophy does is allows you to think critically and change and develop and grow and evolve. I don't have the same feelings and beliefs that I had last year, let alone the year before and the year before and the year before. I had my first huge conscious awakening when I was 23. Or was I 24? 24. I was 24 on my first huge conscious awakening. I'm 31 now. If you think I was the same person when I was 24, when I had downloaded all types of information and opened up my third eye when I was 26, you'd be mistaken. You'd be greatly mistaken. In fact, I'm doing more to surrender to new data, new evidence, and of course, when I talk about evidence, it's because of philosophy. A lot of people read what they read online and say this is truth. But it's not. You're just reading something. When you're stuck in a belief structure because you read it in the Bible, you're doing yourself injustice. Now, I don't want to hate on Christians. There's a lot of Christians that subscribe to me. I like Christianity. I like how it can better yourself. I like the positivity from it. But there's a negative aspect, and that is keeping yourself one-minded. You're never able to grow. Despite your confusion and captivity, you really are not growing. Trust me, I was a Christian for many, many years. Many, many years. But I can't just believe what I read, because there's no difference on what you read online from some random person writing something and somebody writing in a book that was translated 15,000 times. There's no difference in your belief. Because if you have faith because of the source, well, that's your problem. What philosophy has done, or will do, is have you question those beliefs. Question what you read. Look at things on many different angles. What philosophy has done is get you to question everything without knowledge. What your belief in general terms, whether that's your public indoctrination camps, whether that's your religious leader giving you a sermon and you're supposed to believe it because he said it, or she. They are giving you knowledge that you should not question. And therefore, you surrender to others. You should understand this. You surrender to others. Philosophy will only have you surrender to the proper evidence. And this isn't research-based. Research is not evidence. Evidence is only, or should be mainly, through anecdotal or empirical evidence. If you can resurface this idea and it works and works and works, well, there's more evidence to prove that that idea works. But when you believe that you should be surrendering to the flag and giving your children up to the state to go fight their wars, you're not doing anyone justice. Not you, not your family. Surrendering and bullying a kid to say that you're going to go to hell, which you cannot prove, is an evil act. But you don't see it because you're surrendering to something that's injustice. To be free is to be a philosophy. And that's where on our channel we're going to grow. And I said our channel, even though this is my mind. But I want to get you guys involved with my channel. Mainly because you can help me grow too. Now, if you're going to give me research-based evidence and not apply your own reason and logic or your own debunking methods on top of that, what you're doing is a disservice to me. A lot of people on my channel comment saying this and the third, which is research-based, not proven empirically or anecdotally. So you've never experienced this, you've never observed this, yet you're going to believe this. And then go to my channel, which is a philosophy channel, and apply those methods to me. You're doing me disservice. You're wasting my time. Unless you can say, I did this, so I have anecdotal proof of this, I had a video of this, I had people talking about aliens are real, or God's real, or whatever, right? But they haven't even seen this. I've told people many times, grab this alien, if you believe in them so much, not the possibilities, but you believe they're there and you know what they look like. There's tall whites, there's shorts, grays, there's big heads, there's small heads, they have long fingers, then they have short fingers. If you know these things without hearing it online, take a video, send it to me. Grab this alien, bring him to my address, say, hey, found it, told you. But until you give me an angel with wings and present it in front of me, how can I believe it? There's only he said, she said. So that's not fact. That's not evidence. Now, I'm not trying to rip on Christians. I'm not trying to rip on people who believe in aliens. We all have our thing that we enjoy as a hobby or as a lifestyle. But this is a philosophy channel. I want you guys to understand this, because this is not a channel that's goofy. This is not a channel that is crazy. I'm very, very conspiracy minded, but that helps me to determine what is real and fake, what applies great to me or doesn't, or to others, which is that non-aggression principle. I've noticed in situations where there's no aggression that people flourish. Taxation is theft. Without theft, we'd flourish. Without spanking your kid and you reason with your child, that child will be able to develop adult-like qualities of figuring out their surroundings and what works best and what's good to others, because you have empathy. But when you spank them or apply aggression to them, that's the same as hitting them in the face. The same types of endorphins and rush and crying is going to envelop the child, which is not going to have them grow. Watch my video on punishments. Giving someone a punishment doesn't fix the problem. It only shows them that they go and look to do the same thing that they were going to do anyways, but not be shown, not be seen. When you go to prison and somebody gets in trouble for selling cocaine, well, they're going to figure out, where did I go wrong? They're not going to say I should stop fucking selling cocaine on the streets. They're going to try to figure out ways to not get caught. So when they go out on the streets and they're doing the same shit, they've just learned not to get caught. It doesn't fix anything. That's why being aggressive never works. It never solves the problem. So that's a little bit. I just wanted a little update video about my channel, because I know I got a lot of different types of subscribers, mostly truck drivers. If you're not ready to envelop my level of philosophy, then it would be a good idea to unsubscribe. And if you guys like my type of content, definitely stay tuned. I'm still just scratching the surface on where this is going, and of course, like I've said before, I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm changing, I'm surrendering to new evidence all the time. So this is a philosophy channel. This is my subjective mind of Opex. This isn't Socrates, this isn't Aristotle, and they're different in themselves. This is something different. This is new age type philosophy that I think could change the world. So stay tuned for more content. This is Opex, I'm out.